Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
So, tonight we are going to start our class regarding financial data analytics. For topic number 1, we are going to discuss introduction to big data and financial data analytics. The objectives of this chapter, I will provide you the competencies that you need to be embedded within this class is that you understand on the big data, and then you understand what is financial data analytics, why do we need financial data analytics, stages in big financial data analytics, what is big financial data analytics domain, and what are the big financial data analytic use case. So there is fun fact about global data. Yeah. There is in 5 years, there will be 50 billion smart connected device in the world. So we call it smart device, like a IoT, Internet of Things. Internet of Things is a device that is connected with the internet, which send us data. And the use of IoT in the coming 5 years will be very massive. Today, every day we create 2.5 quintillion bytes of data. And there are 6.1 billion global smartphone users by 2022, which sending the data 24/7, 24 hours, 7 days a week, sending data, which goes into what we call big data. All the data will coming into the big data, the pool of big data. So what is a big data? All of the data is going to big data. So what is it? So there is what we call 5 V's definition of big data. Number 1, we call it volume. The 5 V. The first V is volume. In volume, we talk about the scale of data. It refers to the volume of data being generated every second from IoT. So from the server, many channels which generate data. And also there is 6 billion people having cell phone, which is also sending data. Number 1 is volume. Number 2 is velocity. Wait a second. From the volume, usually when you are in the company, the data in the company, I can put analogy on that, is only in the bathroom there is what we call it, when we cater the water in the bathroom, there is the data in the company. But if you compare to big data, the big data is like Tobalek. very big, huge volume of data. Yeah? That is the comparison of the scale of the data within the big data. And then V number 2 is velocity. Yeah? Velocity denotes the speed at which the data is occurring between the data sets. Yeah? The speed at which data is changes. Yeah, the data speed, yeah, is very high. Yeah? Because of like a MapReduce, yeah, Yarn, HDFS, etc. So there is tools there. There is components there in the big data which drive the process is in a high speed process, distributed processing process. Yeah. V number 3 is variety, different forms of data, a lot of data form. Yeah. There is structured data or unstructured data. Structured data is like within the company there is table there, table of demography, table of transaction, table of product holdings. That is structured data, and there also be unstructured data. We can talk about Twitter data, the text data, the YouTube video data, the Instagram, the photos. Yeah. So there will be a lot of form of data that is scattered within the big data. V number 4 is value. So the caption now is that data is the new oil. The value of data is very expensive. If you can make the data sing to you, then you can get a lot of insights from the data. So it has value. People do data mining. So because they do mine the data, because they are not mining the oil. Yeah, they can mine the oil. They can mine the gold. But the data is the new oil now. People do the data mining. And then V number 5 is veracity, the uncertainty of the data. There will be discrepancies within the data, discrepancies. Yeah? So let's say the data within the company, there will be missing data. There will be outliers. So there is also a lot of veracity, the uncertainty of the data. So this is the 5 V's definition of big data. Okay, any questions? So far so good? Arasa?
Ajay?
Yes.
What is the 6P? I think there's a question there.
Yeah, the question. What was the question? The 6 V, yeah?
Yeah, the 6P. What is?
Variability kah? Something like that. Variability. That is the variety, the form, yeah. So I forgot about the question. We can come it later, yeah. What was the question, yeah? The 6 V's, the new one. So it is now 6 V's. Yeah, maybe going to 7 V's, 8 V's, something like that. And there is within the data types, it drives different volumes. Within the 90s, we focus on the data warehouse. In the 90s to 2000, the beginning of 2000, we are focusing in the data warehouse. SQL. You use SAP, Oracle, SQL. Yeah. So developing the RDBMS, Relationship Database Management System, and data warehouse. And going into the business intelligence, develop dashboard, etc. And then in the 2000s, the data is highly consumed by the Words, Excels, PowerPoints, PDF, yeah, Access. And then in the 2010 until now, there is what we call NoSQL, yeah, like unstructured data, Twitter data, unstructured, Facebook data, unstructured data, YouTube, unstructured, message, unstructured. Yeah. So this unstructured data, if we compare the data structured and unstructured in Earth, around 80% of the data that we have now in the big data is unstructured. And only 20% is structured. You can imagine you upload the YouTube videos, and then you upload your Instagram photos, you put you tweet something in Twitter. This is what dominantly consume big data. And then
Jerry?
yes, come.
Sorry, can we go back to the... sorry if my question is like, because I'm not familiar with the data itself. So the SQL is actually like we are having it on the 90, but now the trend of the data is SQL is no longer used.
No, still using it, but the non-SQL is around 80%. So the non-SQL data is around 80% within the big data landscape. So if you compare the data right now, 80% of the data is highly consumed by the non-SQL, the unstructured data, unstructured. We use the SQL for the structured data and no SQL for the unstructured data. The unstructured data file type, let's say like JSON, yeah. In Twitter, the data type will be like JSON, yeah, something like that. So this unstructured data cannot do with the SQL.
Okay. So let's say for the unstructured data, how do we analyze? I mean, if I'm coming from the non-data people.
Yes.
So that unstructured mean that the data is not having like a similarity, or what is the example of unstructured data, Pak?
Oh, okay. The Twitter. Okay, let me open that. Okay, let me studio. Okay, let me open it. Yeah. So for the we can okay. The unstructured data is like a Twitter. Yeah. How do you in the SQL we do joining data, merging data, yeah, adding data, yeah, divide the data. That is on the structured data. But for the unstructured data, we cannot do joining data. Yeah? It is more about the on the what we call that, the qualitative research. Yeah. For the SQL, is more into the quantitative research. For the unstructured data, it is more into qualitative research, which there will be texting there. Yeah, let's say this one. Okay, let me share it here. You can see my slide. You can see the RStudio.
Yes.
Okay, So this is the R, yeah, not Python. Yeah. I have done some research with the Twitter. So we need in this research, I do some kind like a sentiment analysis using R. Yeah. We can use Python for the sentiment analysis as well. Okay, so there are a lot of library there in R, and then we will connect with the API. We need to connect with the API, yeah, the API for the Twitter, and then we can let's say put some keyword that we are looking in Twitter. Let's say like this is kopi tuku, yeah. How many people mention kopi tuku in Twitter? So this is like this is the unstructured data. So we would like to see how many people mention kopi tuku in Twitter. How many people mentioning what we call that, your product in Twitter. What is the sentiment? Is it positive sentiment, negative sentiment, something like that? Yeah. So this will be here like this. There will be we can download the tweet, yeah, the tweet of the netizen, yeah, and then we can calculate how many people. This is the word. Okay, so this is different. Yeah. So we can calculate how many times the frequency of the word arise in Twitter, something like that. Do you have you got the big picture, Nining?
Yes, Pak.
All right. So this is the unstructured. Yeah, you can also do it with Python as well. Yeah. Okay. Right. If any question, just shoot in the middle, yeah. And then what is the big data growth driver? The big data growth driver mostly is from the IoT, Internet of Things. Yeah. All of the industry is currently using the Internet of Things. For like the smart homes, who use smart homes? Who use using the sensor in your lamp when the sun rise and then the lamp shut down, the lamp off. When the sun set, then the light on. That is smart homes. Yeah. And then what else? Security, yeah, CCTVs. Every CCTV is live in the internet, so you can see your house real time. Okay, who's knocking on the door? Yeah, something like that. Securities, building management. Yeah? You can tap a card and then you can tap your ID card on the when you enter your house, and then it will send the data to the internet to your handy phone. Okay, who's coming? Something like that. You can check people that is coming to your house or coming to your office. You can check using the what we call that IoT. We can use the sensor here. Every IoT using sensor device. You can use Arduino system or Raspberry, yeah, to develop the Internet of Things. I have a project now, like making a sensor in a passenger seat of a bus. So you can put the sensor in the seat, below the seat, when people sit, and then the sensor press, and then it will send data to my apps telling that the seat is occupied. So you, before the busway coming, you can identify how many % of the seat occupied. If the seat is full, So you can wait until the next bus. So that is Internet of Things. Using sensor to make your work better, to make your activity better. Agriculture, you can put sensor into the in the agriculture. You can identify the CO2 and then the water, the zinc, the aluminum, mangan, etc. Using the sensor in the soil. So you can check the soil. So you can identify that this soil need water. You can check the sensor. Okay, it needs more water. So you can put an automatic machine like a rotor to automatically sending water to the soil. When the sensor identify that the water level is very low, something like that. So basically, Internet of Things drive the growth of data that come into the big data. Any questions? Capish? Okay. So in big data, the data is increasing and becoming more complex. Yeah. Usually before what we call it ERP, yeah, Enterprise Resource Planning, ERP. Yeah. Using the software like Odoo, something like that, Odoo. Yeah, we develop payment record, purchase record. Yeah, yeah, just like backend system using ERP. Let's say in the laundry, you develop how many people coming, yeah, what is the invoice, etc. That is ERP. And then the complexity is getting higher using the CRM. In marketing, we use CRM. We conduct segmentation in CRM. We can conduct campaign using the CRM, offering campaigns. We can schedule the campaigns. Yeah, we can select which people get certain campaigns. So we use CRM. Yeah, there will be like a Oracle, Siebel, Microsoft Dynamics. Yeah. And then Microsoft 360 degrees, etc. A lot of options there. Salesforce, also CRM. And then the data variety and complexity getting complex, more complex. Go into the web. So currently, you have the website, yeah, on the previous assignment on marketing, I believe. So there is web logs there. The data of people that visit your web is there, the web logs. Yeah? So you can develop behavioral, yeah, from your web logs data. You can develop, you can also identify the history of your website, of your customer. Yeah? And you can develop dynamic pricing. For this cluster, you develop different price compared to the other cluster. So affiliate networks, yeah, affiliate marketing. You can get a partnership with the others. So the data is getting more complex. And then currently, it is now the big data era. The data is highly related with the sensors, RFID devices. Yeah, RFID is like a sensor as well. Yeah, something that is more complicated. Yeah, the sensors like RFID and device, which generate data to your big data lake. Your mobile web, yeah, the click stream. So the data is getting more variety, more variabilities, and more complexities. User-generated content, yeah. So the content which developed by the user, like TikTok, yeah. User-generated content. TikTok promoting a product using the content which is generated by the user himself. Sentiments, yeah, spatial analysis for the GPS coordinates. So the data becoming more complex and cannot cater only by the server data within in the office. So we need big data, yeah, videos, etc. So because of the variety and the complexity, we need a bigger tools which we call big data. All right, so far so good. Any questions? All right. So why big data and why financial data analytics? Why big data and financial data analytics? So in the companies, we need to acquire, grow, and retain customer. So we need the persona of the customer. Yeah? We can do clustering. But like a bank, let's say Bank Mandiri, the customer is around 15 million customer. The customer only. Yeah? And the transaction, let's say they transact 10 times a month. 150 million rows. So this cannot cater by SPSS. Cannot. This must be done by machine learning. Yeah? This cannot be done by R. Yeah? For the open source machine learning, we can do it with Python. Yeah? Profitability, retention, acquisition, we can do the RFM model. Yeah? And then number two, we need to optimize and reduce fraud. So like let's say I was handling a project, the fraud project before, to identify people which conduct cash withdrawal using the credit card. Cash withdrawal using credit card. So, okay, let's transact 100,000 and then give me 100,000. So something like that. So this is forbidden, cannot be done. So credit card is only to purchase products, not withdrawal, not like ATM for withdrawal. No. So I developed the model to identify whether the transaction is fraud, something like that. So because so we need to reduce frauds in the transaction. So we need financial data analytics. We need clustering, RFM, we need financial data analytics. Yeah. And then number three, to maximize insights and improve company performance, the economics. Produce more insights to improve the company performance. We need to analyze all the data, yeah, optimize the workload of the employees to maximize the economics. Number four, we need to transform the business performance. What do we mean by that? There will be risk there. Risk. In the bank, when you lending people money, there is possibility that he will go default or he will go okay. So we need to develop financial data analytics to identify the risk of the individual, the risk of the companies, and also the operational risk, and compliance. So we need financial data analytics. So we will learn this on the binary logistic. We need to do it with the binary logistic, to identify whether the customer will be default or not. And then create new business model. New business model. So we need a new product which is data driven. The service which is data driven. So when Sachin coming to the customer service, the customer service identify Sachin from the ID card, and then he can tell which product Sachin is in need. Oh, mortgage is not need. Credit card, no. This one, no. Oh, he need this one. Yeah, Hutch, something like that. Okay, Mr. Sachin, do you want? We would like to offer you Hutch card. Are you interested? Something like that. Because, yeah, the service that we propose accordingly with the transaction that he did. So we create new business model, something like that. Can be anything. So this is why we need financial data analysis. Any questions? So far so good. Araso?
So,
All right. So the big financial data analytics, the type of big data financial analytics is from the descriptive analytics, going into diagnostic analytics, predictive analytics, and prescriptive analytics. Yeah? The more to the right, the more complex. The more to the above will be more added values. So the class for the financial data analytics is more into the predictive analytics. Yeah? Predictive analytics. So we learn about binary logistic regression, multinomial logistic regression, neural networks, clustering, support vector machine, etc. Yeah? So we will focus on the predictive analytics. And the spectrum of financial data analytics, starting from, let's say, from the spectrum, yeah, the progress of the financial data analytics. So the value there will be from the reporting, which is very low value. Yeah, we are not discussing any reporting here. Yeah? You can ask your employee to do that. Business intelligence, no, we are not going to discuss that in here. Yeah, this is only making dashboard to identify what is the problem. What do you have a problem? So we can identify that using the business intelligence. Yeah. Let's say from the chart is going down. Okay, sales going down. Okay, that is the dashboard. And then predictive analytics. Yeah, using statistical modeling, you can forecasting, more into forecasting. So whether Sachin will be default if you lend him money, yeah? Or Bendu will be he will have a high purchase intention to buy your products, something like that. This is a predictive model. Yeah. And After that, there will be spectrum will be in the machine learning. Yeah. So you can do with machine learning like Python, SAS. Yeah. The previous class we learned using SAS. Yeah. Our previous class we learned using SAS, and for this semester we change into Python. Yeah. And then go into now artificial intelligence. So there will be chatbots in the when you Irwan had did this before, the chatbot when you develop the website. Yeah, recall Irwan. Yeah. So you can develop chatbots using the model that is developed by the machine learning. Yeah. Robots, something like that. Okay, so this is the spectrum of big data. Okay. So far, any questions? No questions? All right.
Pak Jerry,
Yes.
for machine learning, the description itself is like, is it really using machine or just it's just like a common term that that the big data is used is machine learning, because we oftenly hear about it, but
Okay. So, machine learning is the machine that we use to develop the model. Machine learning. Yeah. The machine are Python. Yeah. SAS. R. You can call it again the SAS, Python, Alteryx. Yeah. A lot of tools. Machine learning is a software, is a tools. Yeah. There is a open source and there is license. SAS will be license. Yeah. This is license. Python open source. R open source. Alteryx license. Yeah. Pentaho open source. Pentaho it is open source. So a lot of machine learning options. Meaning. Yeah. So this is the machine itself.
But for predictive analytics, it's also used like tools, right, Pak?
Yeah, this is used like SPSS, yeah, but only for small data. If you are talking about big data, you need machine learning.
Okay.
SPSS only, let's say, only 1,000 row, 3,000 row, something like that. Yeah. But for the big data, you need machine learning. All right. Any questions? Yes.
I want to ask.
Yep.
So the machine learning, so we convert the data to the machine learning.
Coming again, Carmelita?
I mean, like, I don't understand what's the purpose of this machine learning. But I mean, like, if you want to for example, if you want to generate data from Google, and then what should we do? I don't understand, Pak. Sorry.
Okay. Machine learning is the machine to process the data.
Yeah, for example, if I want to take the data from website.
Okay.
And then what should I do with this machine learning?
This is the machine learning. Yeah. So you want to take data from Twitter.
Yeah, for example, like that.
So you need to connect with the API. This is the API. You connect with the API, and then you can code. You can code to search the text which contain copy to ku.
What is API, Pak?
API stands for let me check.
Application programming interface.
Authentication programming interface ya. Authentication kah?
application, I think.
Application, Pak.
Application, yeah, application interface, programming interface kah? Yes, API, yeah, something like that. So you need to connect with the API. There will be token, there will be access, and then after you connect with the API, and then you can develop. You can do anything with that, with the data. You can develop the what is the highest frequency of words in the websites. You can develop how many IP address coming to the websites using the weblog data.
How can we do that, Pak?
How can what, Carmelita?
Yeah, how can we do that? I mean, like what you said.
Okay, we are learning about that. So we will learn about that. Okay?
Pak Jerry, sorry, our studio is same with PS Code?
R Studio is different with Python.
Not same?
Not the same. So this is another machine learning, R, yeah. We are going to use the Kaggle. So you can use Kaggle as well. You can use R. You can use Python in Kaggle. This is the Kaggle, yeah. You can use Python in Kaggle, or you can use Python in PyCharm. Yeah, there will be also PyCharm. Let me open my PyCharm. Okay. Yeah, PyCharm, or you can do it in Jupyter Notebooks. Sachin, what is your tools?
I use PyCharm.
Oh, okay. You use PyCharm as well. Okay. Yeah. So and Irwan want to use Jupyter Notebooks. So everybody has their own preference. Yeah. No worries about that. Okay. But if you use the Kaggle, you do not need to install anything. You can just use it. You can name it what we call it, testing, something like that. Testing. Yeah. Okay. Testing. Okay, so you can use the Kaggle to do your things, yeah. And there is also PyCharm. This is PyCharm that Sachin use, yeah. Still loading. Okay. Okay, all right. Is that answering, Jolanda?
Yeah, Pak.
Okay.
I learned
good.
about PS Code before, and I think it's different.
What code?
PS Code, Pak.
PS Code. What is that?
PS Code.
Oh, Visual Studio.
Yes.
You can do that as well.
Oh, okay. It's
You can do with the Visual Studio as well for your Python codes.
okay.
Okay, this is the PyCharm, yeah. This is the PyCharm that Sachin use. Okay. Right, so let's continue. And what is big data analytics? Big data examines large data with different type of data to uncover the objective. The objective of our class is to uncover hidden patterns and develop insights from the big data. Big data analytics, yeah. For the financial data analytics, we learn to examine large data to uncover the hidden pattern. Apa pola-pola yang what is the hidden pattern in the data? And then after we uncover the hidden pattern, so that is the analytics job there. Uncover the hidden pattern, and then how to make decision. Let's say Jolanda, she has a delivery, yeah. And then there is a what we call that Cesar, the Cesar process in the delivery baby delivery. There is options in conducting Cesar process. Yeah. Are you going to use the vacuum? Not the vacuum. What do you call it? The welding, or only the scissors? And there is also welding, yeah.
No, Pak,
Yolanda?
counter.
Yeah,
Counter
counter,
or
yeah.
scissor.
Yeah, or for the welding, like a burning it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can see what is the effect for the mother. Is it recover very fast, or just as usual, recover as usual? So you can see the data, and then let's see, and then see which process develop better result. So you develop the hidden pattern, uncover the hidden pattern, and develop decision. Oh, welding is giving better result because the process is more faster, and the 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 process is more speed, more time effective, yeah, effective, timely effective. So we need to see our data and play with it and uncover hidden pattern to identify insights in order for us to take our decision making. Yeah. So that is on the process. Right. There will be a lot of data types. Only two data: structured data and unstructured data. Yeah. The structured data which you find in the database. Typically that you find it in the database. And unstructured data within the text, images, audio, videos, etc. This we call unstructured data. So in the data, there will be two types of data: qualitative data and quantitative data. In the qualitative data, there is nominal data, ordinal data, and binary data. In binary data, it is yes or no. So yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Binary data. Ordinal data, like a strongly agree, disagree, neutral, agree, strongly disagree, something like that. Scale, Likert scaled, yeah, using ordinal data. And nominal data, yeah, like male, female, there is nominal data. And then there also be a quantitative data. Okay, wait a second. Okay, when does it move? All right, wait a second. Hang kah? Wait a second. I need to stop PyCharm kah? Can you, okay. Can you hear my voice? Hello? You guys can hear my voice? Hello? Wait a second. Can you hear my voice? Hello? Guys? Okay, wait a second. Hello? Hello?
Yes, Pak.
Okay, sounds okay? I think my internet connection is not stable. Or, okay, wait a second. Let me close it first. Okay. Okay. Wait a second. Can you hear my
Yes, Pak.
voice?
Yes.
Ya, Pak.
Okay, wait a second. I need, because there is a loss. Okay, exit. Okay, I need to close several see. Okay, wait a second. All right, let's continue. So, after qualitative data, there is quantitative data. Quantitative data, we talk about discrete data. Discrete data meanings like ages, how old are you? There is ages, 25, 26, 27, or how much is your salary? 50 million, 20 million, 100 millions. Yeah. How many products do you buy? 500, 300, 120. That is what we call discrete data. Sorry. That is what we call continuous data. Yeah. For the salary, for the weight, for the weight of the patients, the salary. That is what we call continuous data. Yeah, there will be, or there is possibility that using comma, 60.5, 20.7. Yeah, there is continuous data. Discrete data is like the how many number of products that you buy, yeah, number of product that is available. Yeah. So no comma, discrete. That is what we call quantitative data. So in binary logistic regression, you will deal with the binary data. Yeah, default, non-default. This is the binary data. For the multinomial logistic regression, you will be dealing with the ordinal data. Yeah. We would like to understand whether Satyen is strongly agree or strongly disagree to buy your product. Okay. And then for the regression, you will do with the continuous data. Yeah. Linear regression, you use the continuous data. So the data will determine the model that you are going to do with. So there is data types determine which model you can use. Or if you want to use a certain model, you need to manipulate the data accordingly with the model. So that is on the data. And then, any questions? So far, any questions? No questions? All right. Next, we talk about the big data analysis stage. There is what we call CRISP sub-DM. This is the what we call it, CRISP sub-DM. What is the abbreviation here? Wait a second. Cancel. CRISP DM. CRISP DM. Cross industry standard process for data mining. Yeah, this is the cross industry standard process for data mining. Yeah. In the CRISP DM stages in big data, the process will be, first is business understanding. Number 2 is data understanding. Number 3 is data preparation. Number 4, modeling. Number 5, evaluation. Number 6, deployment. In business understanding, you need to assess the current situation. And then what is the problem? What is the problem of the company? And then you need to establish what is the goals. Yeah. And what is the project plan? Let's say you are in a the industry is highly influenced by COVID. You want to invest your money. You want to invest to which industry? You don't know. So you need to identify which industry gives you positive externality of the COVID. So COVID give positive externalities to which industry? So that's why, okay, let's go to this industry because the COVID gives positive externalities. Yeah. So the business understanding is you need the business problem. The current situation is you have scarcity of capital. You need to invest your money as a financial data analyst. You need to invest your money. So you need to identify which industry that you should go to. What is the objective? To identify the industry which you need to spend your money there. You invest your money. And then the second step is data understanding. Data understanding considers the data requirement. You need financial ratios of the companies. Yeah. So this step include initial data collection. Yeah, you need to collect data. You can collect the data from primary data or secondary data. Primary or secondary. Primary, you need to make questionnaires, yeah, interviewing people. Secondary, you just download the data. Let's say Bendu within the company, he download the HR data. So that is secondary data. Or you go to the Yahoo Finance and develop the company financial performance. That is secondary data. So what kind of data do you have? This is the data understanding. And then in this stage, we also need what we call data dictionary. Yeah. There is sometimes people put initials or abbreviation in the data. Yeah. Let's say let's say ITO. What is ITO? Inventory turnover. That is the data dictionary of the ITO. So you need to have data dictionary that explaining the data. Data understanding. After that, we come into data preparation. Data preparation, we need to integrate the data. Let's say you have the demographic data, you have the transaction data, you have the product holding. In data preparation, you need to integrate the data. And then integrate data into the form desired and format it. Okay. Select the data from 3 tables and then clean it, build into one form with desired to be able to model by your machine learning. After the data ready, you conduct modeling. Yeah. Modeling can be using clustering model, logistic model, neural network, principal component analysis, etc. Yeah. And then after the model, you got the insights. And then you need to conduct evaluation. Yeah. The evaluation, in the evaluation, results will be evaluated in the context of whether the model solve business objectives. You need to evaluate. Did the model solve the business, solve the problem? If yes, you can go into deployment. Yeah? You deploy. Okay, let's put it on the server. So when Bendu come to the company, Bendu come to the customer service will identify which product that Bendu prefer. So he will not offer 10 product, 20 product, but he just offer one product which the model says that it is highly required by Bendu. This is the CRIPS DM big data analysis stages. Any questions? So far so good?
Pak
Work
Jerry,
through?
can you explain about the example of evaluation, Pak? I mean, in the real case, what causing that we need to evaluate
Alright.
the modeling? Is it because the model is wrong or?
Okay, evaluation. Let's say the model says that Bendu, that Bendu is default in the credit, having default in the credit. The model says, but actually Bendu is not default. Very good. So there will be discrepancies of the model to the actual condition. So the model, how many percent the model actually, how many percent is the accuracy of the model? 80%. The 80% of the model accurate. 20% is not accurate. So there will be what we call false positive and true negative. Yeah, something like this. So this is the topic for the other chapters actually. No worries. This is actual. Okay, this is the actual. This is the predictive. Yeah, the actual will be true and false. Yeah, this is positive, negative. Yeah. Okay, this is true, yes. This is true and false. Okay. So when the actual said it is true, and the model said it is true, then this is good. When the model says it is false, and the predictive saying that this is false, okay. But when it is the actual saying it is true, but the model saying it is false, this is true negative. Yeah. And when it is false but it is true, yeah, false positive. So there is discrepancies in there. So this is the evaluation meaning. Araso?
Okay, Pak.
How many percent is there? So let's say this is one. The accuracy is 80%. This is the false or non-accurate is 20%. So what is your appetite? Is it within your appetite or not? If it is within your appetite, then go. If it is not, then you need to start the model, iterate the model again.
Okay. Pronto,
Fish?
Pak.
Okay. So what is financial data analytics model in finance and banking? Yeah. So in finance and banking, we can use the financial data analytics to develop recommendation engine. Yeah, what I said before. So when Bendu come, he got the product offer. Yeah, which is most likely highly needed by Bendo. Yeah. And then also customer segmentation. You can do the clustering model, you can do the RFM model, yeah, customer segmentation. And then you can also fraud detection, yeah, like I did, identifying people that conducting fraud. Yeah. Risk modeling is in the credit, lending credit, you need to identify the risk model of the customer. In the insurance, you also develop the risk model. Yeah. And then customer lifetime value prediction. What is Sachin lifetime value prediction? How much money will he make in 10 years? What is your share of wallet from his money? And then real-time predictive analytics. Yeah, real-time when he conduct transaction, something one transaction will impacting on or will influence the model, and managing customer data. So a lot of area, yeah, area for improvement using financial data analytics. Questions? No? All right. So this is the potential use case for big data and financial data analytics. Yeah, refer to the data with the on top of data velocity and data variety. Data variety, we have structured data and unstructured data and semi-structured data. Structured data will be data warehouse. Semi-structured, text mining. Unstructured, video, CCTVs. Yeah. And then data velocity, batch process, real-time process. Batch process meaning that you conduct it within once a month, once a week. This is batch process. Atau daily batch. Real time is real time, like a stocks. Yeah, this is batch daily, weekly, monthly. Yeah, let's say this one, and then this is too stronger thickness. Okay, all right. And then data velocity for credit risk. This is structured data and we need it real time. So when the customer having transaction of more debt, the company having more debt, so the credit score will be getting lower, real time. Yeah. Or when some people having money debited or credited to the account, their credit score will be higher. So using the transaction data, you can develop a real-time model. Fraud detection on the credit card, also real-time detection. Yeah. But usually I do it with the monthly batch. Yeah, we conduct monthly and then identify the fraudulent, and then we confirm to the banks. Your customer having fraud transaction here, and here. So the bank will come to the customer and giving punishment or whatever, yeah, to fraud detection. And then unstructured or semi-structured social media sentiment analysis. So in the velocity, maybe not real time and not batch, but as needed, something like that. Yeah, sentiment analysis. What is the something that I show you on the R Studio? Yeah. So what is the sentiment for the GHT for the BPGS? Yeah? What is the public sentiment on that? So this is the potential use case for big data and financial data analytics. Also, big data analytics, financial data analytics, also having opportunities across industries. Yeah? Because financial data analytics, every company has it having financial data on the finance, government, telecom, manufacturing, energy, healthcare, to improve the business performance, yeah? to improve the finance performance. Financial data analysts, they need to making horizontal use case, something like sentiment analysis. So this is the options there: sentiment analysis, network analysis, churn analysis. Churn, people that is churning, yeah, like an RFM not in a recent customer anymore, so he is already within the other customer. Brand monitoring using the Twitter analytics, cross-sell, upsell, yeah? Which product do you want to do cross-sell? So develop the model using binary logistic regression, yeah? Or multinomial logistic regression. Loyalty using RFM. Marketing campaign, yeah? Social media analytics, Twitter analytics, Facebook analytics, and then clickstream analysis, influencer analysis, etc. So this is the horizontal use case which can be done in every function. These cases can be done in each of these functions. Yeah? In finance, we conduct risk management using logistic optimization. In government, we conduct traffic optimization using traffic optimization, using pricing optimization. In telecom, we can conduct customer retention program using loyalty analysis. In manufacture, we can conduct supply chain optimization using manufacture using maybe for using the logistic in transportation, logistic optimization. Energy, we can use weather forecasting using logistic optimization, but logistic regression model. Healthcare, in medicine, drug development, you can use it using the clustering model. So one model, one case can be used in several functions, several industries. Yeah. Clustering model can be used in finance, government, telecom, manufacture, energy, and healthcare. Binary logistic can be used in all of them. Yeah. So a lot of, when you master this topics, you can work across industries. You can have a project across industries because the same model can be done within, you can repeat the model in the other industries. Araso?
Araseo.
All right. So in this class, we will learn about clustering model. Yeah, I think you're already familiar with the clustering. And then binary, multinomial, market baskets, neural network, support vector machine, principal component analysis, random forest, RFM. Yeah. So this one is one of my journals. Yeah. I developed the clustering model segmentation for industries in Bursa Efek Indonesia during pandemic era using K-means model. So the K-means model, recall the clustering model. So this one as a financial data analyst, you will need to identify which industries having positive externalities or negative externalities due to the COVID-19. Nurinda using three financial ratios, which is debt to equity ratio, operating profit margin, and sales growth. Yeah, and he also used the not using standard scalar, but he used standard scalar. So he used standard scalar. Remember which is done by Irwan before, yeah? Is it standard scalar before Irwan that you use for the cluster?
Yeah, it's standard.
Yeah, standard scalar, yeah, with Carmelita, isn't it? Yeah, standard scalar, and then using the standard scalar, she identifies that there is 5 cluster here, which is 5 clusters within the that influenced by the COVID. Yeah, debt to equity ratios, operating with the 3 ratios. So this is the kind of projects that you will need to do, yeah, later on, and then all right. So there will be in each cluster there will be different industries. So let's say in here is the healthcare industries. So very high sales growth, which is 3. The sales growth is 3, and the debt to equity ratio is the operating profit margin is 2 or 3. No. Operating profit margin is 3. Profit margin, sales growth is 3, and then the debt to equity ratio is very low, yeah, minus kah. Okay, low debt to equity ratio. This is the healthcare industry. Healthcare industry was highly getting positive externalities due to the COVID-19. So this is the kind of project that I want you to conduct after in the later chapter, yeah. All right. Any questions? So there will. Okay, so I also learn Russian language now.
Wow.
In Russian, do you understand? It is viponimate, and if you understand, ya ponimate. Aduh, but it is kind of difficult, isn't it? All right, later on lah. So I'm not in the mood for Russian language yet. All right, no worries. Okay. And then, what is the big data tools that is available in the market? So last semester we learned using SAS, but the students complain because they are not using SAS in the company. Yeah, very expensive. So requesting to this semester that we use Python. Okay, we use Python. I used to do it with SAS before when I was in Visa, and then I use it with R when I was in Nielsen. I do it with Python later in Visa, they changed from SAS to Python, migrate. And I use it with the IBM SPSS modeler in Mandiri. And yeah, Tableau is also used. And Talent for the ETL, extract, transform, and loading, using Talent. So for the data manipulation using Talent. Yeah. Okay, so Power BI also, this is head-to-head with the Tableau. Yeah. Alright, so this is the big data analytics tools that is available in the market. But R is not recommended. Yeah, you can use R, but if you use R, it is very slow. Yeah, SPSS also slow. Yeah, mostly people use Python. In Hadoop, we use Hive. Yeah, Hive. Yeah. All right. So in the comparison of big data analytics tools, within we have SAS here, and then SPSS, R, Python. Yeah. So the Python, we have scalability is very good, and general purpose language, easy to learn, good in machine learning. We have a big community and it is free. Yeah. But disadvantages is not as strong in explanatory modeling. Yeah. No user interface and no official support. Yeah. SAS is relatively high cost. We need to pay for the license. This is the most disadvantages. SPSS also slow adapting to the new technology. So the cutting edge model, there are a lot of cutting edge model such as random forest. So it is not in SPSS yet. Yeah, many models, but not in the SPSS. Are very slow with big data sets. Yeah. So the recommendation in the previous semester, we use Python for the topics. Okay. So this is the Hadoop ecosystem in the big data. In the big data, there is a lot of jargons. There is Zookeeper, Storm, Mahout, Hive. Hive is like the SQL programming. Hive is like you can use Python or Hive is like SQL programming, yeah? But using codings, yeah, using pandas, yeah, pandas in Python, and then HDFS, Yarn, yeah, and then MapReduce. So this is technical things in the big data. The technical things in the big data. Yeah. MapReduce is for the distributed processing, nodes to nodes process. Yarn, you can do the model for multiple nodes. SDFS for the data. Yeah, Kafka, a lot of. This is the ecosystem of Hadoop. Yeah, we are not detailing into that technically. So this is the financial data analysis skill that you will need for this unit. That you need to understand statistics and analytics. Yeah, statistic. Okay, I will explain the statistic as well. No worries. Machine learning algorithm. Yeah, you need to code. You do the codings. And then problem solving skill. You need to be able to identify the business problem. yeah, business problem, and by understanding the problem, the phenomenon that is happening, you can see whether to go into the qualitative research or quantitative research, and then to see the alternatives to solve the problem. This is the problem solving skills. And then the technical skills in the R, Python, Hadoop, yeah, technical skills. Deep learning, yeah. Deep learning is about a modeling which is more deeper, like neural network. Neural network is a deep learning model, yeah, using TensorFlow or Keras. Yeah, but we are not going into that. Yeah, we just in the neural network we are not going to use TensorFlow or Keras. No. And the business communication, how to do the storytelling to your audience regarding the result of your model. Yeah. What is the result of the model? How the model helps your audience. How the model help your customer. This is the very pros. Yeah, the statistic you need to learn, programming language you need to learn, the software you need to have, the machine learning you need to have, the big data you need to have the understanding.
Jerry,
Okay.
are we
Yes.
learning WSO this semester?
Yes. In the last chapter.
Oh,
we learn
for data dashboard.
How to yeah, only for the dashboard, only for the BI.
Jerry, so we will
Yes,
learn
Nining.
about the modeling ya Pak, meaning for the scoring this semester.
Yes, the model. Yes. Yeah. Previous semester we learned more into the BI, yeah, BI. But there is some request from the CQ Jakarta. We need to learn more into the model because the BI is not for the decision maker. The BI will be to identify the problem only, not to solve the problem. So there is issues, the issues in the previous semester.
BI is business intelligence.
Business intelligence, yes. Developing the dashboard. Yeah. There is only problem identification, not problem solving. Okay, we have the problem there. Okay, so what? So this semester we change the module more into solution, modelings, predictive models, for you to develop the insights in order to help you making decision, yeah, strategic decision making. Because the company have scarcity of capital. With the scarcity of capital, you need to spend your money which give you the utmost result. So only understanding the problem do not provide you with the capability to decide decision making, strategic decision making. So that's why we have a major revision on the model this semester.
Jerry,
Right?
usually what is the size of the data that we need to build a model, Pak?
Small data can, big data can. So there is what we call census data. Census data. I think you learned this on the business analytics, yeah. Census and sample. Census is all population. Sample is only sampling, random sampling, yeah, sampling, random. You can do all pops. You can do census data, which is highly big data. Let's say 15 million customer. But you can also do sampling data. Let's say 5% of the data. which you develop from random sampling. Because on the predictive model, you must ensure that the data is random sampling. Can be stratified random sampling or regular random sampling. Understand, Nining?
Paham, Pak.
Fish? All right. So this is the machine learning cycle. First step is step one is collecting data. So this is another cycle besides the CRIPS DM. Yeah? CRIPS DM is business understanding, data preparation, modeling, evaluation, deployment. The machine learning life cycle another similar, but they use different wording. First is collecting the data. Collecting the data, you can do it from the Yahoo Finance. You can download the financial statement from Yahoo Finance. Finance.yahoo.com, yeah? Finance.yahoo.com. Or you can download it from the Kaggle. In Kaggle, there is a lot of dataset as well. Yeah. So there is the option in Kaggle is very a lot of options for data in Kaggle. Let's say Kaggle. Okay. No. Okay. Datasets. Nah, okay. So you can collect the data from the Kaggle datasets. A lot of options there. Yeah. You can have the exchange rate, and then Spotify data, Titanic data. Yeah. So because in Kaggle there is also competition. Competition. So there is competition for with their dataset to develop the model. Like a feedback price, Titanic model, yeah. So the price is $160,000. If you want to win the price 160,000, this is 6 days to go now. You can compete, and you see what is the. You can see what is the problem, what is the objectives, and then you develop the model. You can develop using the clustering model, logistic regression model, whatever model whatsoever, but with the highest accuracy. So the one with the highest accuracy win the prize, 160,000. Maybe Irwan interested, so you can get $160,000, Irwan. Yeah, 6 days to go. If you
No,
are interested.
thank you.
Yeah, okay. So this is easy money, yeah. Easy money. And then, okay, this is, so the data is there, Nining. No worries about that. Okay? This is the collecting the data. And then step 2 is data wrangling. So this is the process of manipulating the data. Discover the data, structure the data, what is the data type you arrange, whether this is becoming binary, becoming nominal, becoming Likert, and then clean the data, delete the missing data, or merge the similar data, remove duplicates, remove the outliers data, and enrich the data. What we call that feature engineering. So we can enrich using the what we call feature engineering. You develop new data based on the existing data. Yeah. Let's say the column 1 divided by column 2. You develop another column. Feature engineering model. And then the third step is analyze the data. Analyze the data, and then train the algorithm. Train meaning you develop the model. You analyze the data, you see what is the descriptive analytics of the data. Yeah, what is the min max, the min max average, yeah? Is it within your within the logic or not? Okay. Or to identify whether there is outliers in the data, to identify whether there is missing values, to identify whether there is double counting. So you analyze the data and then train the algorithm, develop the model. Let's say the binary model. And then you test it. You test it meaning what is the accuracy? Yeah. What is the ROC model? So this is testing whether the model is robust. Yeah. High accuracy. And then if it is okay, then you deploy. So this is the most likely the same, yeah, but different wording. Machine learning life cycle. So this is when we collect the data. Yeah, the data may be structured data or unstructured. There will be data from PDF, Excel, YouTube, the server, the Twitter, yeah, and then collected from various sources or table in the server, and then you integrate the data. Finding using the unique ID, and then find the aggregate data for one individual, yeah? And then data wrangling. Yeah, you clean the data, yeah, trim and clean the data, and then analyze the data. Okay, this is min max, average. Is there any outliers? Okay, so far so good. And then you train the algorithm. You start develop the model. When the model ready, you test the model. Is it accurate or not? False positive, how many percent? True negative, how many percent? Okay, only 5%. Okay, go. We can go with the model. And then operation and optimization or deployment, yeah, or deployment. So you have the model, put it in the server, and then running to the whole data. Okay, Sachin will be default. Irwan will be okay. So the model will give recommendation engine, whether go or not with the individual. Okay, that is on the machine learning life cycle. Any questions? All right, no questions. Next is what are the important Python library? Yeah, so next week we will learn about NumPy. Yeah, this is for the library. Before the model, we need to learn the library, NumPy. NumPy stands for the numerical Python, yeah, that provide an abundance of useful features for operation on n arrays and matrix in Python. Yeah, this is for numerical. You can develop matrix, yeah, matrix in NumPy. Okay, and then also we learn pandas also next week. Yeah, this is a perfect tool for data wrangling to manipulate, conduct the aggregation and visualization using pandas. And matplotlib. Matplotlib is an ability to make bar chart, scatter plot, line chart, histogram, pie chart. Yeah, just like this. Just like the one that I developed for. Where is it? Oh, no kah. Wait a second. Yeah. Oh, this one kah? Yeah, this one. This one is using the matplotlib. Yeah. Just for Python, yeah, matplotlib. That you develop bar charts, scatter plots, blah blah blah. Matplotlib. This is the basic tree. Yeah. Scikit and Seaborn maybe I will not discuss. Yeah. Maybe if maybe I will also provide. Yeah, but the basic is this tree one. Okay. But scikit-learn is data mining for the data mining. Yeah. So when you conduct regression, etc., that is using scikit-learn. Yeah. So this is one is regarding the modeling library scikit-learn. Seaborn for the statisticals. Yeah. Statisticals there is Seaborn. Yeah. But it will also be learn during the model development. And in this semester, we will learn about supervised and unsupervised learning. Reinforced learning we will not learn because this is for the optimization. Yeah? Another level. Supervised learning like binary logistic regression, and then multinomial logistic regression, and then support vector machine. That is supervised learning. Yeah? Unsupervised learning is like clustering model. Yeah, that is unsupervised. You already learned unsupervised before during the marketing class. And reinforced learning is more into the iteration and on the model. Yeah. Optimization. Okay. So on the resource, I already show you the GitHub. Yeah. You can develop your own GitHub and then clone my model for your reference. Yeah. So this is my GitHub, jhaikal. Yeah, github.com jhaikal, and you can clone any of them later on to for you to get used to it. Yeah, so you can clone it. So I insert the sharing, and then for the machine learning you can use Kaggle, you can use Jupyter Notebooks, you can use PyCharm. Yeah, you can just download it and then you can search in the Google, download and deploy in your environment. Yeah. All right, there is the introduction. Yeah, introduction to big data and financial data analytics. Any questions?
Oh, Pak Jerry, for the GitHub, what should we do?
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't get
Oh,
it.
for the GitHub, okay, you can clone it, but if you do not want to clone it, no worries, you can open it, no worries. So you can do it. You can open. Let's
Clone
say
it meaning that
you copy to your GitHub.
so we need to create GitHub. Sorry, Pak, because I haven't.
Yeah, you create your own one. You
Okay.
create your own one, and then you can import repository like this, and then import repository. Okay, you can clone my GitHub, something like this. This is the data scientist. This is the code. You can copy this one, copy the HTTPS, copy it, and then you import. You import the codes that I have there, and then you put your own repository. Let's say like Nining, something like that. Yeah, Nining slice what, something like that. So you can begin import. That's simple. Yeah. So you can learn to import that, and then you can use Kaggle to do your codes. Yeah, you can check my GitHub. Okay, this what kind of. Okay, let's see. Okay, vehicle, and then Python for beginner, opened it, and then you want to learn on the Python object and data structure. So what is the options there? Yeah, so you can do it yourself. Yeah, because on the NumPy class, so because we are not going to discuss one by one. Yeah, maybe only I put, you have the PowerPoint on the NumPy. Yeah, so I will go very fast. What is the most important? Not step by step for a very little thing gitu ya. So you can do it yourself from here. Let's say this one is numbers in Python. 2 plus 1 is 3. 2 minus 1, 1. Okay, this is multiplication, division. Yeah, so you can, this is very simple, yeah. So you can do it yourself by doing it in the Kaggle. Yeah, so you can do it in Kaggle and adopt the coding that I use in the fundamental. Yeah, on the number. So if you have any question, you can ask me on the next week class regarding this codes. Yeah, let's say on the tuples. Yeah, this is, I have put the reductional here, and then how to constructing tuples. Yeah, so this is the basic tuples. So in the NumPy next week, maybe I will not go detail for every one of them. Yeah, do you understand anything?
Not really, Pak, but let me try to copy the on GitHub.
Okay. All right. So you can use Kaggle for low hanging fruit software, yeah, because no need to install anything. You just develop your sign up for Kaggle, and then you have the platform there for the Python model. All right. Okay. So any other questions? Bendu, any questions?
Nothing at the moment, but.
Okay, Sachin, any questions?
No, but
Okay, so maybe you will, you will be, so let me ask you some question. What kind of model you used to do before in Python?
so to me, but
Yeah. What kind of modeling in Python you have
so
done before?
not really so much modeling. I just try to learn by myself about some Python. So some coding part I try to do.
All right. Okay. Okay. You can also check my GitHub and see what kind of model available there. So in just for your understanding, so there is Python for beginner and Python for data scientist. So in Python for data scientist, I already put on the clustering model and market basket model. So basically, this is, yeah, you will need to code, yeah. You will need to code. Something like this. Clustering model. This is the testing kah? Training, where is the training? Oh, this is the training. The training data only 10% of the data. Okay. Testing, this is training. Okay. Remember, the training, there is training the data and testing the data. Wait a second. All right. Okay, training the data and testing the data. Yeah. So this is the kind of clustering model. Yeah. So we will learn about how to do the codes from very beginning. Yeah. Remember when we do it in SPSS, this is SPSS is drag and drop and then voila, the model ready. But in Python, you need to understand from the very basic of the data and then and follow the process before we develop the clustering model. Yeah. So this is the machine learning that we use for financial data analytics. Yeah. In the GitHub, I also put the codes for the clustering for the banking. Yeah. So the one that I have the journals before. This one is k-means. Yeah. The one that I put on the slide. Yeah. So we conducting all the financial statements here. Yeah. And then identifying the standard scalar, outliers, etc. And then developing the k-means, how many cluster. Yeah. And then using scatter plot, and we get the matplotlib data, we see the position of the cluster. Yeah. So basically, this is your competencies after this semester. You can develop you have the capabilities as a financial data analyst. All right, any questions? So far, so good? Any question, Irwan? No questions?
I have a question.
Looks good?
For the
Yes,
quiz, 25%, is it like from the post-test or from the post-test or from post-test?
Yeah, from the post-test. Yeah, quiz 25, project 1 and 2, 25 and 25, exam final 25. Okay, all right, if there is no questions, we go to the post-test.
Post-test, are you referring to the post-test that we are going to do now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And should we finish it like within the next 15 minutes or so, or do we have the luxury of time to review the subjects first?
No, 15 minutes.
Okay.
Do you want 20 minutes? Okay.
Because I don't know, but I mean, it's only the first week and it's quite heavy. So I imagine like going forward, I think it's going to be hard.
No worries. No worries. This is, I mean that the competencies is developed during the class, not after the semester. So your competencies develop within the class. So after the class, we have a post-test. So the post-test generate score for you.
I mean, like sometimes the other subjects, they have a time frame by which we can finish the quiz. But for example, the quiz opens on like Monday and then closes on Friday. So we can still review and when we're ready, we do it.
Giselle, no worries.
Okay, Pak.
Okay? No worries. All right. Yeah. Sometimes so you need to say worry, go away. Something like that. Worry, go away. Okay. What is the song like that? I think the worry, go
Rain, go away, Pan.
Rain, go away, Pan.
Because my son who is listening to this kind of songs nowadays.
Oh, really?
Again another day.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. No worries. All right. Worry, go away. What do you call it? What is the next lyric? I forgot. Okay, sign, and then okay, post this one. So for the 6 fees, you can check the solution in the exam. Yeah, I forgot what is the 6 fees. Okay, so wait a second. Response, stick, presentation, suffer. Okay, quiz already published. You have 15 minutes. I think enough, yeah.